Back in 1994, I started making money on the internet, and I'm still making money on the internet more than 30 years later. And I just wanted to have a bit of a chat today about what's changed, what's stayed the same, what's easier, what's harder, and in particular, how if you're a woman over 50 and you want to get started making money on the internet, how this relates to you and how it's not too late. I have so many people contact me and say, oh, look, I could never do the technology, or it's too late for me to learn the technology. Like, all of that's rubbish. It's not too late. It's only too late if you refuse to actually get started. So I want to help you get started. I'm out in the park today and it's a little bit windy, not too bad, but there's a few gusts. So that's why I've got the ear pod in. I hope you can hear me, but excuse me if there are any big gusts of wind and it sounds a bit funny on the audio for a little bit. So let's get started. Back in 1994, the Australian government made it legally available commercially. Up until that point, the internet was only available for like government regulated organisations like the military and universities and stuff. But we got it commercially available, and that same month I started my business. And I wrote some of the first training courses in Sydney. I did the actual training and delivered it, and was sort of pivoting every time something, new came out on the internet. I was learning it and trying to provide it to clients. At the beginning, it was just like telling people what the internet was, because most people were like, the what? No one really knew what it was. And then people thought it was all about porn for a season there. And then, obviously now people just live it their whole lives through the internet, and it helps in so many different ways that people are just used to using it, doing all the banking and everything on it, and it's very, very cool. I've sort of ridden the wave through the internet, and then like social came along, like Facebook and all that, and then mobile came along, and so all these different things, AI in the last few years. And so all of it has been a bit of a learning curve, and I'm still learning. Like even just yesterday, I was on the call with a consultant, and I didn't even know enough to ask a question. I didn't even know that there was a solution. I was just having a big old whinge, and he went, oh yeah, the way you fix that is blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait, what? There's a solution? So I'm still learning, and you don't have to learn everything in day one. I want to smash that myth. You can start with, like, I've got a product where I teach people, it's a video, it's a 7-minute video, and I teach them how to make their first dollar online in 7 minutes. Yes. So it can take a little bit longer if you don't know your bank details and you have to run away and get out your bank statement or open up your app and get your bank details. But as long as you know that, that's really the hardest part of setting up your payment system so that the money ends up in your account. Everything up until that, to actually getting the money, that's the easy part. So anyway, it's really easy to do. It's not too hard. You don't have to be a tech head to do it. And you just have to find, I think most people think, oh, they need confidence, or they need to learn first, or they need to have a technical bent. I've heard some people call it. None of that's true. I think what people need is someone to help them. And so I started a community, and I just basically invited my friends, and now there's like almost 100 people. But we all just support and encourage each other to make their first dollar online. And people are making money in all sorts of different ways that I didn't even think of at first. So one of my good friends, Steph in WA, she likes creating papers, organic, eco, like avocado dyed papers that people use for crafts and for journals. Like, I didn't know this was even a thing. She's made more than 200 sales on Etsy just from those sorts of things. So anyway, there's all sorts of different ways that you can make money on the internet. I just like to get you started, and then you can let your creativity run away with you. The easiest way is to just solve a problem for someone, like just one problem. So I'll give you some examples that I've done. I sold a book called Never Pay Bills, which was just my personal budgeting system that I use for my finances. And I put it on Amazon, and it became a #1 bestseller on Amazon. And this is like more than 10 years ago, and people still buy it. So it can, once you've solved a problem for one person, millions of people around the world can benefit from that same solution. And that's why women over 50 have a huge advantage, because we've lived life, right? We've faced the challenges, we've solved the challenges. It's like that old meme, like, you know, what do people ask mum about? And it's everything. And then what do they ask dad about? Where's your mum? Where's your mother? Like, we do all the work. We solve all the problems. We've got all the life skills, all the knowledge. And so it's easy for us to create products that help other people solve problems. If you've had a conversation with a young person recently, you'll probably be surprised how much they don't know. They don't know so much. And we can help them with that. So another product was, when I went through a divorce, I wrote Thou Shalt Divorce. And it's just a book about Christian Bible scriptures on love, separation and marriage. Like, really niche product, right? You think, who would be interested in that apart from me? Well, lots of people are, and I still get messages now, like really heartfelt messages. People saying, I laughed, I cried. I had one man say he was at the point of suicide when he got my book in his hands, just so like racked with guilt and shame over the state of his marriage. And when he saw all the different types of relationship in the Bible, he was just blown away. So anyway, you've got things that you can do, creative things you can do, problems you can solve. You've got value to provide to the billions of people that are online at any one time, looking for solutions, looking for suppliers, looking for ways to spend their time, to get entertained. All of those things you can create a product for. It might be a YouTube video. I don't know how to do those. No, of course I'm kidding, because you're watching a YouTube video. But it could be anything. Anytime you've downloaded or streamed something from the internet, that was a digital product. And that's all I'm saying. You can make money off of them. Like Netflix makes money off them. Like Microsoft makes money off. Like Amazon makes money off. Like loads of these big American companies. And they're not $1 million companies. They're not $1 billion companies. They're making trillions of dollars. Their market capitalization, their actual real economic value is trillions of dollars. This is real business. And so I want to help you get a tiny little slice of that pie. I've created this 7-day checklist and I've put a link in the description. It's free. It's yours. You can do with it what you like. I hope it helps you start, not delay. I hope it helps you get support, not be isolated, and I hope it helps you get money in your bank. So if there are things that you want, even if you're over 50 and you're feeling like you can't do it yet, I want to be the one who helps you. So thanks for watching today. See ya.